the EOS R5, which I've talked about a number of times. Now we have some new specs on it, which is 8K 10-bit internal 422, which is just like
on a full frame.
Groundbreaking. On a full frame using the full sensor. Like, I don't know where this came from, but it's unreal to me.
It makes me think that they went, as soon as everybody started complaining about the crop and everything, they started working on this. So this was like 4 or 5 years ago. And they're like, we can't get our sensors to work doing full frames 4K. We have to do a little something different. So let's just jump over it. But I know the funny thing is I have a couple friends that whenever something comes out that's noteworthy, I get a text or something like that. And it was like the morning, the new news. And I'm like, we already knew some of the news. In fact, I knew all of the news well before it all. But that, like, they're like, oh man, you see this, man? Sony's gonna have a run for their money, and I just thought it was funny because I'm like, I kind of felt like they were already in that position based on the things that have been out, from my point of view at least. But that it was just so funny. Everybody, like Devin, who's been on the show, he's like, what do you think it'll be released? And I'm like, I don't know if it's a real product yet. I don't, we hear this kind of stuff before, and then you don't know when it actually is going to be released or when it's going to be available, which might be a more difficult answer to have at the moment. But they at least that's what they think they're going to be able to have. I mean, I don't think they release news about something they couldn't actually do. But you know what I mean? It might not be a fully functional thing at the moment, even.
Canon isn't like that, though. If they make an announcement, the thing is going to do the thing that they announce, and it's not going to be kind of a half-assed version of it. That's just
No, I'm saying more so like they know the sensor works. They know it shoots 8K. They don't know what all the other parts are going to be about it because it's not a fully functioning thing yet. You know what I mean? It's still in prototype, which I'm sure, that's for a lot of things. Man, when we go on press trips, a lot of times the cameras they have for us are non-production models, and it's only because they haven't had the production be able to go into full force to have a production model for us, but they're good enough samples to show us that they're all fully functioning or whatever. But yeah, it's exciting. I think that a lot of people really never wanted to leave Canon in the first place, and they
were sad to do so when it happened.
Yeah. They're begrudging, like, okay, I'll do it. I mean, I totally get that. Well, because, the thing is there are parts of it that aren't the crop of the sensor or aren't the whatever thing you had a gripe about that made you jump ship that other manufacturers don't do well. The color science on Canons are always so beautiful. And I love the feel of all their lenses, and they do menus usually pretty well, and they make a pretty good overall camera. And everybody's just getting caught up on this crop factor thing, which, given you're paying extra money for a crop factor or a full frame sensor camera and a full frame lens, which I think is more importantly the added cost. If you could just use smaller lenses on it, I guess it would be okay in the interim, but kind of weird for those photo shooters. But yeah, R5, EOS R5, definitely. I mean, I don't know if I have no knowledge of when things are actually going to be released or out there or not. But I think because of what's going on, that either the production line is not going to be able to make cameras, or if they bring it out before they have enough of those, that it's going to be a high demand camera, so they better have a bunch of stock of it to sell, because it seems that they want to leapfrog to the next level. Now, maybe everybody else is holding back a little bit too. I imagine there always are a little bit, but it seems exciting. I get more excited about it because I really do like the RF mount lenses. Those lenses feel really good. They look really nice. Just the problem is the camera's not necessarily there. The R and the RP are fine cameras, but they're not. They don't have all the features that you might want.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be a game changer.